Tonight, when the sun goes down, you will do something almost no human who ever lived could do. You will reach out, touch a switch, and turn off the dark. The room will fill with light. You will keep reading, keep working, keep watching, as if the sun had never left at all. And you will not find it remarkable in the slightest, because for you, it never has been. But step back for a moment. For almost the entire history of our species, hundreds of thousands of years, the night was not optional. When the sun went down, a wall came up. The world shrank to the reach of a fire and stayed that way, every single night, for thousands upon thousands of generations. So here is a question we almost never think to ask. In all those long, dark hours, what did people actually do? The first and oldest answer is fire. Long before writing, before farms, before cities, we had the hearth, a small, fierce circle of light pushed out against the dark. And that fire did far more than keep people warm and keep the animals back. It made a room out of the night. It gave people a place to sit and faces to see, and a reason to stay awake together a little longer. And what do people do, sitting in a circle, once the work of the day has become impossible? They talk. The researchers who have spent time with the few communities that still live close to this older rhythm noticed something striking about firelight talk. It is not like daytime talk. In the daylight, conversation is practical. Who does what? Where to go? What went wrong? Who owes whom? But at night, around the fire, the talk changes. It drifts toward other things. People who are not there. Places beyond the horizon. The dead. The spirits. What things mean. The night, it seems, is where humans did their imagining. The fire is very likely where the story was born. And with it, myth and religion and the long human habit of explaining ourselves to ourselves in the dark. But there is a stranger discovery. And this one is about sleep itself. We simply assume that ancient people slept the way we are told to. One long, unbroken block, dusk to dawn. But when historians went digging through old diaries, letters, court records, and books from the centuries before electric light, they kept stumbling on something we have completely forgotten. People wrote, casually, as if everyone knew exactly what they meant about their first sleep, and then separately about their second sleep. It appears that for much of history, a normal night was not one sleep but two. People went down not long after dark, slept for a few hours, and then, this is the part we have lost, they woke up. In the deep middle of the night, they would be quietly, calmly awake for an hour, sometimes more. And this waking was completely ordinary. It was not insomnia. Nobody lay there in a panic about it. It was simply a part of the night, expected, like a room everyone knew was there. So what did they do in that strange hour, suspended between two sleeps? By all accounts, gentle things. They lay in the warmth and let their minds wander. They turned over the dreams they had just surfaced from, while the dreams were still close. They prayed. They talked, low and unhurried, with whoever lay beside them. Some rose to tend the fire, or to check on the animals, or to sit a while in the dark. And then, when the hour had passed, they sank back down into their second sleep until morning. There was, built into the very middle of the night, a small island of stillness, a waking with nothing to do and nowhere to be. And then, slowly, we lit the world up, and the island sank beneath the surface. When light became cheap, first gas, then the electric bulb, the night stopped being a wall and became simply more usable time. We pushed our bedtimes later and later. We squeezed sleep into one tight block to fit the shape of the morning. And the old quiet waking, the pause in the middle, was pressed out of the night and forgotten. So thoroughly forgotten that when people today wake at 3 in the morning and lie there, alert but calm, many of them are sure something has gone wrong. They reach for a word like insomnia to describe what may simply be an ancient rhythm, trying to surface in a body that no longer keeps any room for it. And it was not only a rhythm of sleep that we lost. Look again at what the dark used to hold. It held the fire and the circle of faces around it. It held the one part of the day that could not be productive, when there was nothing to do but be near the people you lived with and let the talk wander somewhere strange and human. We did not just abolish the darkness. We filled the hours it used to occupy with light and work and glowing screens held close to the face. Each of us, more and more, alone in our own small pool of brightness. We gained the night as time. We may have quietly lost the night as a place where people were together. This is what we so rarely notice about the dark we conquered. We think we only beat an inconvenience, the cold, the stumbling, the hard limit it put on the day. And we did. But the dark was never only an absence. It was a place humans went every single night for almost the whole of our history. It held the hearth and the circle and the stories that grew into everything we believe. It held a quiet hour with no purpose at all, and somehow we needed that hour. We did not just invent the light bulb. We invented a world where the dark almost never gets to speak. And then we forgot that it ever had a voice.